If I told you that the next 6 months could completely redefine who you are, your mindset, your habits, your results, would you believe me? Probably not, because most people don't trust themselves enough to imagine something that big. But here's the truth. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. You just need 6 months of focused, consistent action. 6 months where your choices match your goals, where your effort finally meets your potential. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that step by step so you can finally build the life you've been promising yourself. Absolutely. Here's a 700-word expansion of a face. Key point 1 is hers in a seamless, conversational, motivational style, ready for a speech when the first month of the 6-month journey is about rebuilding your foundation. Think of it like this. If you try to build a skyscraper on cracked, uneven ground, it doesn't matter how strong your materials are, how talented your builders are, or how detailed your blueprints are. Eventually, the whole structure is going to fail. Your life works the same way. If your mind is cluttered, your routines are chaotic, and your energy is scattered, no amount of willpower, talent, or luck will get you to where you want to go. This first month is about clearing the debris, laying down solid ground, and creating a base that can carry everything you want to build. It starts with your mind. So many people live their lives on autopilot, reacting to notifications, distractions, and other people's agendas. But if you want to transform your life, you have to take control of your inner world first. This means starting with awareness, noticing where your thoughts are taking you, what narratives you tell yourself, and what habits are silently dictating your days. You might be surprised at how many of your normal routines are actually sabotaging your growth. The first step is to stop, pause, and examine where are you giving away your energy, which thoughts are keeping you small, which actions are keeping you stuck. Asking these questions and being brutally honest with yourself is not indulgent, it's necessary. Once you've identified what isn't serving you, the next step is to consciously replace it with what does. You're not just eliminating bad habits, you're building new ones. This month is about creating routines that are small enough to stick but powerful enough to matter. It could be as simple as waking up at the same time every day, journaling for 10 minutes, or dedicating 30 minutes to a skill you want to develop. These may feel insignificant at first, but small, consistent actions compound faster than we realize. Your future self is built in the quiet moments of discipline you set today. Reconnecting with your why is also critical in this first month. If you don't have a compelling reason to change, you will inevitably drift back to your old patterns. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What kind of life do I want 6 months from now? Not just financially or socially, but in terms of how you feel, how you show up, and who you become. When your why is clear, it acts like a magnet, drawing your habits, choices, and energy toward it. This is the moment to write it down, visualize it, and commit to it as though your life depends on it, because it does. Another crucial part of rebuilding your foundation is managing your environment. Your mind is influenced by the spaces you occupy, the people you interact with, and the media you consume. This month, pay attention to what surrounds you. Are there distractions that drain your focus? Are there relationships that drain your energy? Are there sources of information that mislead or depress you? Take control. Clear out clutter, create spaces that inspire action rather than passivity, and surround yourself with reminders of what you're working toward. Your environment should whisper to you every single day that you are capable, that you are growing, and that you are committed to transformation. Finally, this month is about patience and self-compassion. Rebuilding a foundation doesn't happen overnight. There will be days when old habits creep back in, when motivation dips, or when doubt clouds your mind. That's normal. What matters is that you keep showing up. The effort you put in consistently, even when it's imperfect, is what sets the stage for the next 5 months of transformation. Remember, the foundation you build now doesn't just support your goals. It determines the quality of every step you take afterward. So take this first month seriously, not as a trial, not as a challenge, but as an investment in the person you are becoming. Lay the groundwork carefully. Focus on clarity, discipline, and energy, and let every small victory remind you that you are capable of change. By the end of this month, you won't just feel a shift in your days. You'll feel a shift in yourself. This is where your comeback begins. Two, if you want, I can expand key points 2005 in the same style. So the entire speech becomes as our full 22-minute motivational masterpiece with a SEO friendly description, timestamps, hashtags, and all necessary details. Do you want me to proceed with that next? Absolutely. Here's as a 700-word expansion of a key point twos in a seamless conversational, motivational style. By the time you reach the second month of this 6-month journey, you've started laying the foundation. You've cleared your mind, set routines, and reconnected with your why. Now comes the moment that separates dreamers from doers. It's not about waiting for motivation, inspiration, or a perfect day to arrive. Those things are fleeting, unreliable, and often deceptive. Motivation comes and goes like the wind, but discipline is steady, unwavering, and unshakable. This month is about building that discipline, creating systems that carry you forward, even when you don't feel like it, and learning that success isn't a result of feeling ready. It's a result of showing up anyway. Most people fail because they rely on motivation. They wait until they feel excited or inspired, and when that feeling fades, their effort fades with it. The problem is life rarely works on your timetable. Opportunities don't wait until you feel like acting. Challenges don't pause until you feel prepared. The truth is, motivation alone cannot sustain transformation. What sustains transformation is discipline, the ability to act consistently regardless of your feelings. Discipline isn't glamorous, it's quiet, methodical, and often invisible, but it compounds faster than bursts of motivation ever could. When you master discipline, you create momentum that carries you through obstacles, distractions, and setbacks. This month, you begin by identifying your non-negotiables, the habits, actions, and routines that you commit to without exception. These are the things that define your day and over time define your life. It might be working on your most important goal for an hour every morning, following a structured fitness routine, or dedicating focused time to learning a skill that will transform your future. Whatever it is, make it non-negotiable. Decide that no matter how tired you feel, no matter how busy life gets, these actions will happen. Treat them as sacred. This is where the real work begins, in consistency, not intensity. Accountability is the fuel that turns discipline from an idea into a habit. You can create accountability in many ways. By tracking your progress, sharing your goals with someone who will push you, or simply being honest with yourself every night about whether you followed through. The point is, when you know someone, even if that someone is just your own reflection in the mirror, is watching you act differently, you make better choices. You follow through because discipline isn't just about forcing action. It's about creating a system that supports it, a system that makes quitting more painful than continuing. Another key element of this month is learning to act before you feel ready. So often we wait for motivation to strike, for inspiration to hit, or for confidence to rise. But waiting is the enemy of progress. Action precedes motivation, not the other way around. When you act consistently, even in small ways, you build momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Momentum creates energy. Momentum turns effort into results. The act of doing repeatedly and intentionally rewires your brain, strengthens your will, and makes success inevitable over time. This month also teaches you the value of short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. Discipline requires you to trade fleeting comfort for lasting impact. It might mean saying no to distractions, late nights of mindless scrolling, or easy pleasures that steal your energy. It might mean choosing the hard path of focused work instead of the easy path of procrastination. Every small choice, repeated daily, is a brick in the structure of your future. And the more disciplined you become, the less you need to rely on motivation because your habits carry you forward automatically. Remember, discipline isn't punishment. It isn't about deprivation or rigidity. It's about creating freedom, freedom from chaos, freedom from doubt, and freedom to become the person you were meant to be. Discipline gives you control over your life. It allows you to shape your days, your actions, and your outcomes intentionally. It gives you the power to show up for your goals consistently, regardless of circumstance. So this month, commit to discipline over motivation. Commit to action over hesitation. Commit to systems over shortcuts. Because when you do, you create momentum that will carry you through the remaining months of this transformation and beyond. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. 2, if you want, I can expand key point 3 next in the same style so we can continue building the full 22-minute motivational speech seamlessly. Do you want me to do that? Absolutely. Here's a Yes Sir 700 word expansion of Key Point 3000 in a seamless, conversational, motivational style. By the time you reach the third month of this 6-month journey, you've begun to lay a foundation and strengthen your discipline. You've started to create routines that support your goals, and you've proven to yourself that you can show up consistently. But now the challenge becomes sharper. It's not just about doing the work. It's about doing the work with focus, because you can spend hours busy, but if that business isn't aligned with your priorities, it's wasted energy. This month is about reclaiming your attention, sharpening your focus, and learning that where your focus goes, your life grows. Most people underestimate the cost of distractions. They think checking one social media app, responding to one unnecessary email, or allowing their mind to wander for a few minutes here and there doesn't matter. But the truth is, these small fragments of attention are like tiny leaks in a bucket. Individually, they seem insignificant, but over time, they drain your energy, scatter your focus, and slow down your progress. If you want to transform your life, you must become ruthless with your attention. You must decide what deserves it and what doesn't. Every hour you spend distracted is an hour stolen from your future self, from the person you're trying to become. This month, you begin by auditing your environment. Your surroundings have a profound effect on your ability to focus. Are you in spaces that support clarity and concentration, or are they filled with clutter, noise, and interruptions? Are the people around you lifting you up, or are they constantly pulling your energy away? Are the things you consume with your eyes and ears fueling growth, or are they feeding distraction and passivity? Take a hard look at your environment, because your focus is shaped by the context you create. Remove what doesn't serve you and arrange your life so that focus becomes the default, not the exception. Next, you learn the art of single tasking. Society glorifies multitasking, but multitasking is a myth. It's a trap that makes you feel busy while keeping you unproductive. This month, you practice giving your full attention to one task at a time. You dive in, you block out noise, and you immerse yourself in what matters most. The results are immediate. Not only do you accomplish more in less time, but the quality of your work skyrockets. Focus is not just about efficiency. It's about mastery. The more attention you give to what truly matters, the faster you become exceptional at it. Learning to say no is another crucial element of this month. Saying no isn't just about rejecting things. It's about protecting your energy, your time, and your priorities. Every yes that doesn't align with your goals is a silent act of self-sabotage. The ability to decline distractions, opportunities, and even well-meaning requests is what separates those who drift through life from those who steer it. Saying no is not selfish. It's a declaration that your dreams, your focus, and your future matter more than temporary comfort or convenience. This month also teaches you the importance of intentionality. Every action you take should have purpose. Every hour you spend should move you closer to your vision. Focus isn't just a skill, it's a mindset. It's a commitment to living deliberately, to choosing where you invest your energy, and to refusing to drift aimlessly. When you cultivate this kind of intentionality, you begin to notice opportunities that others overlook. You start to see the small actions that compound into massive results. You become someone who doesn't just react to life, but someone who shapes it. It's also important to recognize that focus is a muscle. It must be trained. You'll have moments of distraction, moments when your mind wanders, and moments when temptation calls louder than your goals. That's normal. What matters is that you bring your attention back again and again. Each time you do, you strengthen your mental discipline, and your ability to concentrate grows stronger. Over time, it becomes effortless, and the things that once stole your energy no longer have power over you. This month, reclaim your attention. Eliminate distractions. Protect your environment. Focus on one thing at a time and do it with purpose. Say no to what doesn't serve you. Every small choice to direct your focus is a vote for your future self. By the end of this month, you won't just have more done. You'll feel more alive, more in control, and more aligned with the life you've set out to create. Focus is not a secret weapon. It's a commitment to your priorities, and it's the key to turning potential into achievement. If you want, I can expand key point 4 next in the same style, keeping the flow and tone consistent so the full speech comes together naturally. Do you want me to proceed with that? Absolutely. Here's a 700-word expansion of our key point fours in a seamless conversational, motivational style as we move into months 4 and 5 of this journey. You've already laid the foundation, strengthened your discipline, and sharpened your focus. Now it's time to take everything you've built and multiply it. Growth isn't just about doing more. It's about leveling up your skills, your mindset, and your environment. These 2 months are about evolution, about intentionally upgrading yourself in ways that compound over time and create results far beyond what you've imagined. If you've been focused on laying bricks, now it's time to build the structure that can carry a life of impact and success. The first step is skill. Every high performer you admire, every person who seems to achieve extraordinary results has one thing in common. They invest consistently in becoming excellent at something that matters. This is your opportunity to identify the life-changing skill that will give you leverage in the next phase of your life. It could be a professional skill that increases your earning potential, a personal skill that improves your relationships, or a mindset skill that allows you to think bigger and execute faster. Whatever it is, commit to it fully for the next 2 months. The goal isn't perfection, but relentless progress. Small, deliberate improvement every day compounds into mastery far faster than most people realize. But skill alone isn't enough. Who you surround yourself with is equally important. The people you spend your time with shape your thoughts, your habits, and your results. This is the time to audit your inner circle. Are the people around you lifting you up, challenging you, inspiring you to grow, or are they holding you back, comfortable in mediocrity and draining your energy? You don't have to cut everyone out, but you do need to prioritize the relationships that fuel growth. Seek out mentors, peers, or even online communities that challenge your thinking, provide honest feedback, and push you to step beyond what feels comfortable. Growth accelerates when your environment supports it rather than hinders it. Learning is another crucial piece of this stage. You've already started developing routines and focus, but now it's about intentional learning. Replace passive consumption, endless scrolling, entertainment that numbs, with deliberate input that stretches your mind. Read books that teach, listen to podcasts that challenge, take courses that transform. Knowledge without action is empty, but knowledge coupled with the focus and discipline you've built becomes unstoppable. Every hour you spend learning intentionally is an investment that compounds into opportunities, innovation, and results that most people never see because they are too busy reacting instead of creating. At the same time, you must cultivate influence. Your ideas, your skills, and your energy only reach their potential when shared. This is the month to step into conversations that matter, to connect with people who can help you grow, and to create opportunities to provide value. Influence isn't manipulation, it's alignment. It's about showing up, sharing your skills, and becoming someone others naturally look to for insight, guidance, or inspiration. When you combine skill, focus, and influence, doors open that you didn't even know existed. These months are also about courage. Leveling up is uncomfortable. It requires you to leave the familiar behind, to take risks, to try things you might fail at. And you will fail. You'll make mistakes, miss the mark, and feel uncomfortable. That's not a reason to stop. That's the reason to keep going. Growth is always outside of comfort. The person you were 6 months ago wouldn't understand the person you are becoming because you're stepping into a new level of potential, a higher standard of living, and a greater sense of purpose. Each risk, each uncomfortable moment is evidence that you're leveling up. Consistency remains your greatest ally. You've seen the power of small, deliberate actions, and now it compounds in ways that can feel almost magical. The discipline you built in month 2, the focus you honed in month 3, and the foundation you laid in month 1 all converge here. Every hour spent developing a skill, every conversation that stretches you, every step you take outside your comfort zone is a vote for the future you're creating. These months are about multiplying momentum, about turning potential into performance, and about setting the stage for your final transformation in month 6. So as you move through these months, focus on skill, learning environment, influence, and courage. Invest in yourself relentlessly. Surround yourself with people who elevate you. Seek knowledge that stretches you. Step into uncomfortable situations. Every small action compounds, and by the end of month 5, You will be operating at a level far beyond what you believed possible 6 months ago. Leveling up isn't optional. It's inevitable for those who commit. If you want, I can now expand key point 5 in the same style, completing the 6-month journey so the full 22-minute speech flows naturally to a powerful conclusion. Should I do that next? Absolutely. Here's a 700-word expansion of key point 5s in a seamless, conversational, motivational style to now. We arrive at the 6th month, the final stretch of this 6-month journey. By now, you've built a strong foundation, strengthened your discipline, sharpened your focus, and leveled up your skills and environment. Everything you've done until this point was preparing you for this very moment, the moment to step fully into your future self. This month is about reinvention and realignment. It's about taking all the progress, the lessons, the habits, and the growth you've cultivated and consciously choosing who you are going to be moving forward. This is where transformation stops being a plan and starts being your identity. For the past 5 months, you've been showing up. You've been disciplined. You've focused your energy on what matters, and you've upgraded your skills and environment. Now it's time to reflect, to measure, and to refine. Reflection isn't about judgment or shame. It's about clarity. Look at your journey honestly. What worked? What didn't? Where did you overperform? And where did you underperform? This is not a moment to criticize yourself for mistakes, but a moment to understand yourself better so you can make smarter, more intentional choices going forward. Reflection gives you insight into the patterns of your life, the habits that serve you and the habits that hold you back. Realignment is the next step. Your actions, routines, and energy should now match your vision for your future self. If they don't, this is the time to adjust. Realignment means setting new standards for your identity. It means choosing habits that reflect the person you want to become rather than the person you were. Your environment should reflect your ambitions. Your relationships should support your growth. Your daily actions should be in harmony with your goals. When your identity, your habits, and your environment are aligned, transformation is no longer effortful. It becomes automatic. This month also emphasizes the power of ownership. By now, you understand that nobody else is responsible for your life. Every success, every setback, every breakthrough is the result of your choices. Take full responsibility for who you are today and who you are becoming tomorrow. Stop blaming circumstances, stop waiting for permission, and stop seeking external validation. Ownership is liberating because it puts the power back in your hands. You are not a victim of life. You are the architect of it. Every